Expand your vocabulary with our core 2,000 Words ebook. It's free and packed with essential expressions that you'll use on a daily basis. Start building your vocabulary today. Click the link in the description below to download your free Spanish ebook before it's gone. When learning a new language, everyone should have an ultimate goal to work towards. Whether you want to be able to connect with a relative, easily order food while traveling, or go somewhere new, having an end goal for your learning can be very motivating. A popular but challenging goal is being able to speak like a native speaker. It's difficult to measure exactly when you reach this goal, and it's not something you can pick up using textbooks alone. So how do you work on making your speech more natural? That's what we're going to look at today. Here are 3 tips to help you practice talking like a native speaker. Number 1, focus on vocabulary. If your goal is to speak like a native, you might be really focused on speaking quickly or using as many complex grammar patterns as possible. But in our native languages, we're not always trying to speak as fast as possible, and we use complex grammar patterns when necessary, not to show off. Vocabulary, however, is extremely important to expressing ourselves naturally. Your choice of words can reveal a lot about you and your understanding of the language. Most learners have had the experience of using a phrasebook or a dictionary to find a word they want to use, trying the word in conversation, and getting a look of confusion from the native speaker. In some cases, although your word choice may be grammatically correct, the word may be inappropriate for the situation or totally unnatural. This is especially important in business and other formal situations, where the right level of formality and professionalism is key. Being able to understand nuances in vocabulary words can also help you understand relationships between people just by listening to the conversation. Try to listen to many different types of conversations. Listen to how people talk to their friends, their superiors, and in customer service situations. This will give you a better idea of how to talk to others naturally. In some languages, you can omit words from sentences or use more direct communication styles. It's important to be aware of these things so you can apply them yourself. Colloquialisms and slang are also commonly used in most languages. As this sort of vocabulary is always evolving, it can be difficult to keep up with the latest words. Talk with native speakers and consume media in your target language to make sure you pick up these kinds of expressions. Media is a great resource for your learning. Ultimately, knowing the appropriate vocabulary to use for each situation will really help you sound more knowledgeable. Number 2, perfect your accent. With every language, there are unique pronunciation and intonation challenges. Some languages are tonal languages, and a change in pitch can completely change the meaning of a word. Then there's the fact that most countries have multiple dialects, and so people from one area of the country may sound different from those in another. So what is the best way to listen to a wide range of accents and different pronunciations? Video and audio resources are a great way to do this. YouTube is a perfect place to start because people from all kinds of different backgrounds upload videos to the platform. You can watch educational videos, daily life vlogs, cooking shows, a travel series, whatever interests you. Pay attention to the different ways people speak. Everyone is unique. And then practice speaking like them. This kind of practice can help you sound more natural. One note, please be aware of the type of resources you're using. For example, if you find a video where a speaker uses a rare dialect, it might not be a good idea to use that for your pronunciation practice, unless you have a special reason for studying a specific accent. As a general rule, it's best to try to search for practice resources that use a standard form of the language you're studying. Number 3, copy what you hear. Do you remember how you learned to speak as a child? We rarely learned new words just listening to them, or reading after we learned how. When we were little kids, we imitated the sounds we heard by repeating the sounds out loud. While you're talking to a friend, watching videos, or listening to audio in your target language, you can do this to try and replicate the way they speak. Doing this will help you work on mastering the flow of the language, your accent, intonation, and pronunciation. Of course, you might also pick up some new vocabulary this way. Make sure to repeat new words often. It's a great way to make sure you remember them. Try doing this using a number of different mediums and sources. That way, you'll be exposed to the diversity that the language offers and master the fundamentals of pronunciation. For example, You can watch and imitate several different YouTube videos and audio CDs, but try a few different sources, like different creators or different audio types, to make sure you experience a wide range of communication in your target language. If you're using our language learning program, you can even get your own teacher with Premium Plus. Your teacher can answer questions, give assignments, and even listen to your recordings and give you advice on pronunciation. Completing these kinds of lessons with a native teacher can really boost your confidence in your speaking skills. Becoming able to speak like a native is a popular goal for many people learning a new language. It feels great to be able to communicate smoothly, especially when the people you're talking to expect basic level sentences or broken communication. Try using the tips we've shared in this video to work on improving your speaking skills. Of course, it'll take time and persistence, but the reward will be more natural communication. And for even more tips on speaking, check out our complete language learning program. Sign up for your free lifetime account by clicking on the link in the description. Get tons of resources to have you speaking in your target language. And if you enjoyed these tips, hit the like button, share the video with anyone who's trying to learn a new language, and subscribe to our channel. We release new videos every week. I'll see you next time. Bye!
Are you struggling to understand conversations in your target language? This video will improve your listening skills using practice dialogues. How do you know if your language skills are improving? Our team of teachers have designed a free quiz to determine your actual learning level. So click the link in the description to get your free assessment and unlock lessons that are right for you. In this lesson, you'll listen to a dialogue with the text. Second, you'll review the key vocabulary, followed by the English translations. And finally, you'll review the dialogue with the text again to master what you learned. First, listen to the dialogue with the text on the screen.
¿Qué te pareció la clase?
Interesante. Voy a ir a la siguiente clase. ¿A ti?
También. ¿Quieres hacer la tarea juntos?
Por supuesto.
Now you'll hear the key vocabulary, followed by the English translation.
¿Qué te pareció?
What did you think of it?
¿Qué te pareció? Interesante.
Interesting.
Interesante. Siguiente.
Next.
Siguiente. La tarea.
Homework. Task.
La tarea. Por supuesto.
Of course.
Por supuesto.
Finally, let's review the dialogue again. See if you can understand more this time.
¿Qué te pareció la clase?
Interesante. Voy a ir a la siguiente clase. ¿A ti?
También. ¿Quieres hacer la tarea juntos?
Por supuesto.
This is the end of the lesson. In this lesson, you improved your listening and mastered key vocabulary for everyday life conversation. Don't forget to click the link in the description to get your free assessment and unlock lessons that are right for your learning level. Keep practicing and move on to the next lesson. Are you struggling to understand conversations in your target language? This video will improve your listening skills using practice dialogues. How do you know if your language skills are improving? Our team of teachers have designed a free quiz to determine your actual learning level. So click the link in the description to get your free assessment and unlock lessons that are right for you. In this lesson, you'll listen to a dialogue with the text. Second, you'll review the key vocabulary, followed by the English translations. And finally, you'll review the dialogue with the text again to master what you learned. First, listen to the dialogue with the text on the screen.
Hola. ¿También te gusta el chile?
Sí, mucho. Es de mis verduras favoritas.
Yo soy Sergio. ¿Y tú?
Yo, Jimena. Encantada.
Now you'll hear the key vocabulary, followed by the English translation.
También.
Also. As well. To.
También. Gustar.
To give pleasure to or to like.
Gustar. Mucho.
Much. A lot.
Mucho. Verdura.
Vegetable.
Verdura. Favorito.
Favorite.
Favorito.
Finally, let's review the dialogue again. See if you can understand more this time.
Hola, ¿también te gusta el chile?
Sí, mucho. Es de mis verduras favoritas.
Yo soy Sergio. ¿Y tú?
Yo, Jimena. Encantada.
This is the end of the lesson. In this lesson, you improved your listening and mastered key vocabulary for everyday life conversation. Don't forget to click the link in the description to get your free assessment and unlock lessons that are right for your learning level. Keep practicing and move on to the next lesson.
Hey there, friends of SpanishPod101.com. Hey, si yo llego con 10 tacos, ¿sonreirías?
Bueno, eso depende
¿De qué?
de si son tacos al pastor o tacos de canasta.
Digamos al pastor.
Bueno, también depende de si son de Doña Lucy o de Don Pepe.
Cierto. So, we can't help you to choose a taco?
No, but we can help you understand the conditionals in Spanish.
Yeah.
So guys, my name is Diego.
And I'm Efraín.
Enjoy this video.
Woo!
Okay guys, so the conditionals in Spanish are very similar to the conditionals in English. Why? Because in Spanish we also have 4 types of conditionals. We have the zero conditional, first, second, and third conditional. The thing is that the structure is also very similar. Because in English you have the if clause, which in Spanish will be la cláusula si, and then you have the main clause. Okay? So we have the same structure as in English. For example, si yo tuviera dinero, coma, compraría una mansión. Or you can reverse the order and say first the main clause, la cláusula principal. Compraría una mansión si tuviera mucho dinero. Okay, so you can do this as well in Spanish. Stay with us because we will tell you the 4 types of conditional in a very brief way.
As Diego said, like in English, Spanish conditionals can indicate different degrees of possibility in the future, in the present, in the past, okay? So they talk about things that didn't happen in the past, that they can talk about things that would happen in the future, and things that couldn't possibly happen, okay? Like this structure, si yo fuera tú, I can be him. But let's see this example. Diego, si yo fuera tú, no le echaría tanta salsa a mi pozole.
¿De qué hablas? Es riquísimo el pozole con mucha salsa, excepto por la gastritis. Okay guys, so the first one is the zero conditional. And the structure for this conditional is the following. Si followed by un verbo en presente de indicativo, coma, y un verbo en presente de indicativo.
Okay, so this zero conditional works the same as in English. It talks about something that is always or usually true.
Yeah.
Okay. For example, we have this common one. If you heat water, it boils. Si tú calientas el agua, hierve. Another one. Si tú presionas el botón de encendido, la luz se enciende. Another one. Si le envías un mensaje, te deja en leído. Now we have the first conditional. Use this conditional in order to express how something is possible or likely, as long as a condition is met. A certain condition.
Very good. The structure for this conditional is si plus presente indicativo, the present tense, comma, and then future tense, el futuro.
Yeah.
Let's give you a couple of examples. The first one. Si me duele el estómago, iré a ver al doctor.
Okay. Si me caso, ¿irás a mi boda?
Claro, por supuesto. The next one. Si tomas mucho tequila, te emborracharás.
Si hago mi tarea rápido, veré una película.
Okay, guys, so now remember that these are just possibilities that might happen in the future. Okay, so for example, let's take the tequila one. Si tomas mucho tequila, te emborracharás. I mean, the condition is that you drink a lot of tequila, and the possibility is that you will get drunk. I mean, will you get drunk? It is not 100% sure because you might be very resistant to alcohol. In that case, you won't be drunk. But there's the huge possibility that you will become drunk. And once again, all these tenses could be inverted and say first the main clause, and then you just need to lose the comma. So, te emborracharás si bebes mucho tequila.
Yeah. No, we have the second conditional in Spanish, and this goes for unreal or hypothetical situations, okay? You use this one when you are daydreaming and you want to talk about possibilities that probably won't happen at all.
Very good. So now the structure for this is the following. It's si plus imperfecto de subjuntivo. Don't get too stressed about it. It's actually very easy to understand the imperfecto subjuntivo. Then comma, and after that the conditional. We will give you a couple of examples for this. The first one is, si yo tuviera novia, la invitaría a cenar todas las noches.
Si yo fuera un poco más alto, probablemente sería modelo.
The next one. Si yo tuviera 1000 seguidores de Instagram, sería muy feliz. Go and follow me now.
Si yo me casara, ¿irías a mi boda?
Por supuesto que sí. So this example is the same one that he used before, but in the previous version he said, si me caso, irás a mi boda. And in this case, he's saying, si me casara, irías a mi boda. So, which one is correct? Well, actually, both of them you can say. However, there's a small difference, and the difference is the degree of possibility for that to happen, the likeliness of that to happen. In the first example, si me caso, irás a mi boda. Let's suppose that he already has a girlfriend whom he plans to marry. So the possibility is very high for him to marry. And in the second one, si me casara, irías a mi boda. In this case, he doesn't even possibly, he might not even have a girlfriend. Okay? So the likeliness of that to happen, of he married another girl, well, is very low. That's why we use in this case the second conditional, but both are possible. It depends on the likeliness of the situation.
Yeah. So in Spanish we have a common saying, el hubiera no existe, to talk about something that didn't happen in the past but it doesn't have real consequences in the present. But we use it in the third conditional. It exists in the third conditional. And you use this one when you want to talk about something that didn't happen in the past and doesn't have real consequences.
Yeah, exactly. And we use it a lot. So you might have heard this word before, hubiera, and that's for the third conditional. And the structure is the following. Si plus perfecto de subjuntivo, but I know it sounds very daunting, this term, this grammar term, but it is very easy. It is actually just the hubiera form with the participio of a verb. Okay, we will give you some examples of this in just a few seconds. And then we also have the second part. Don't forget to add the comma. And the second part is the condicional perfecto. And the conditional perfect is just the conditional of the verb haber plus the participio of another verb. I know it sounds like, oh my god, this is so difficult, but with maybe a couple of examples and you need to practice this, you will become very familiar with this topic. So let's see one example. Just imagine that Efrain went to a party and he didn't invite me. So he can say,
Si te hubiera llamado, ¿habrías ido a la fiesta conmigo?
no, igual estaba muy cansado. So he didn't call me, but anyways, I wouldn't have gone to that party. So like, ¿habría sido? Like, no, not really. Okay, so another example, second example.
Reprobamos el examen.
Ya sé, si hubiéramos estudiado, habríamos aprobado ese examen.
Yeah.
So here the thing is that we didn't study. That didn't happen. And as a consequence, in the present, we didn't pass the exam. So it's like a consequence that won't even happen. Okay? Now that you have this form, we can do what we call the mixed conditionals. And the mixed conditionals is basically when we combine the clauses. Okay, so for example, we can combine the hubiera clause with maybe a consequence in the present. Okay, so let's give you an example of these mixed conditionals.
Si te hubieras llevado paraguas, no estarías enfermo ahorita.
And here we're combining the clause of the third conditional, si te hubieras llevado paraguas, plus the main clause in the second conditional. No estarías enfermo ahorita. Okay, now let's give you another example.
Si la hubiera besado, en este momento seríamos novios.
Once again, he's combining the clause of the third conditional, the hubiera clause, plus the main clause of the second conditional. Pretty easy. That's it for today, my friends from SpanishPole101.com. We hope that you have enjoyed this video. If so, please give it your thumbs up and write a comment down below. We will read them and reply to them. So, once again, don't forget to subscribe to this channel and see you in our upcoming video.
¡Hasta luego!
Hello and welcome back, my friends from SpanishPole101.com. As you know, my name is Manuel.
And I'm Rodrigo.
Yeah, of course we're kidding. My name is Diego.
And I'm Efrain.
Good. And today we're going to start with our series, Mexican words that you should know. So let's get started. Let's get started. Okay, guys. First of all, we want to tell you that we tried to do this video 3 times. Something bad happened in our previous 2.
Yeah.
Anyways, you can watch that at the end of this video.
Yeah. Okay. Now we are going to watch a sketch with the words that we are going to work with today. See if you can understand them. Let's go!
Hey, hermano.
¿Qué onda, carnal? ¿Cómo estás?
No muy bien.
¿Por qué? ¿Qué tienes?
Tuve una pelea con mis papás y... está muy cañona la situación.
Ey, pero no te me achicopales. Mira, hay un café cerca de la casa. ¿Por qué no vamos ahí y echamos el chat?
Sí, claro. Solo que tengo un bonche de cosas en mi cartera, pero ninguna de ellas es dinero.
Ey, no te preocupes por eso. Yo pago.
Cámara, va.
Oye, pero ¿en dónde estás ahora?
Estoy en el parque donde siempre nos encontramos.
Ah, perfecto. Entonces voy para allá.
Sí, claro. Te espero.
¡Ey, Efraín!
¡Ey!
¿Ya listo?
Sí, solamente... Espera, es que estoy muy cucho para ese lugar.
Claro que no.
Déjame irme a cambiar. Será rápido.
Chale, no. Mejor vamos a quedarnos aquí y platiquemos.
Pero me da cosa que mis papás me vean porque me salí sin permiso.
No, tranquilo, mijo, no creo que pase eso.
¿Seguro?
Seguro.
Rayos, creo que es mi mamá.
Ya nos cayó el chahuizle.
As you might have understood, one of the words that we used was achicopale. An achicopale is basically like a minor state of depression, something that is not too high or too low. For example,
Diego, se murió mi perro.
Firulais. Mira, no te me achicopales. Después compramos otro perro y Firulais número 2. No hay problema.
Okay, the second word here is cañón, and you use it to describe that something is difficult. For example, Diego, ayer hice mi examen de ingreso a la maestría.
¿Qué tal?
Estaba bien cañón. Creo que no entré.
Claro que sí vas a pasar, por supuesto. Okay, so the next word is carnal. And carnal is one of the ways to call your best friend. So, for example, I can say, Efraín no es mi amigo. Él es mi carnal.
Oh. Okay, the next one is bonche. And it works just for countable things. It means a lot. For example, Diego, tengo un bonche de cosas en mi cartera, pero ninguna de ellas es dinero.
Good. Okay, guys. The next word is chal. And we normally use this word with the expression echar el chal. And echar el chal basically means to go with a friend to a cafeteria or to something healthy and have like a brief talk. So, for example, Efraín, hay un café muy cerca de aquí. ¿Por qué no vamos y echamos el chal?
Claro, vamos. The next word is cucho, and you will use it to describe something that it is in bad shape or something that doesn't look good or something that is not well done. For example, Diego, tienes que levantar tu cuarto. Está bien cucho, bien sucio, bien todo está desordenado, está bien cucho.
Gracias, yo también te quiero. Okay, the next one is cámara. And that's one of the ways for saying okay. So, for example, Efraín, ¿por qué no vamos a la plaza a patinar sobre hielo?
Ok, cámara.
Bien.
Vamos. Okay, the next one is chale, which means oof. Just like that. Oof. For example, Diego, al llegar aquí a tu casa me di cuenta de que se me perdió la cartera.
Chale.
Sí. Chale.
Okay, the next one is chahuizle. And we will normally use this word in the expression ya nos cayó el chahuizle. So, you're going to use this when you know that something bad is going to happen. For example, when you see a policeman coming by and you're drinking alcohol in the street, that you know that that's forbidden, you know that something bad is going to happen because he's going to give you a ticket. So, in that case, you can say, oh, ya me cayó el chahuizle.
Yeah. Okay, the last word is mijo. And you will use it to call a friend or a neighbor or someone of your neighborhood. This word is commonly used with ¿qué ole?, which means what's up. For example, ¿qué ole, mijo?
¿Qué ole, mijo? That's the example.
Yeah.
Okay, guys, now we're going to watch once again the sketch, but now this time with subtitles, so you can understand it better.
Hey, hermano.
¿Qué onda, carnal? ¿Cómo estás?
No muy bien.
¿Por qué? ¿Qué tienes?
Tuve una pelea con mis papás y... está muy cañona la situación.
Ey, pero café cerca de la casa. ¿Por qué no vamos ahí y echamos el chal?
Sí, claro. Solo que tengo un bonche de cosas en mi cartera, pero ninguna de ellas es dinero.
Ey, no te preocupes por eso, yo pago.
Cámara, va.
Oye, pero ¿en dónde estás ahora?
Estoy en el parque donde siempre nos encontramos.
Ah, perfecto, entonces voy para allá.
Sí, claro. Te espero.
¡Ey, Efraín!
¡Ey!
¿Ya listo?
Sí, solamente... Espera, es que estoy muy cucho para ese lugar.
Claro que no.
Déjame irme a cambiar. Será rápido.
Chale, no. Mejor vamos a quedarnos aquí y platiquemos.
Pero me da cosa que mis papás me vean porque me salí sin permiso.
No, tranquilo, mijo, no creo que pase eso.
¿Seguro?
Seguro.
¡Rayos! Creo que es mi mamá.
Ya nos cayó el chahuizle.
Are you struggling to understand conversations in your target language? This video will improve your listening skills using practice dialogues. How do you know if your language skills are improving? Our team of teachers have designed a free quiz to determine your actual learning level. So click the link in the description to get your free assessment and unlock lessons that are right for you. In this lesson, you'll listen to a dialogue with the text. Second, you'll review the key vocabulary, followed by the English translations. And finally, you'll review the dialogue with the text again to master what you learned. First, listen to the dialogue with the text on the screen.
Entonces, ¿quieres tomar mi clase de historia del Chile?
Así es, maestra. ¿Qué días son las clases?
Los martes y jueves a las 3 de la tarde.
¡Excelente! Yo puedo esos días.
Now you'll hear the key vocabulary, followed by the English translation.
Así es.
That's right.
Así es. Chile.
Chili pepper.
Chile. Día.
Day.
Día. Poder.
To be able.
Poder. Excelente.
Excellent.
Excelente.
Finally, let's review the dialogue again. See if you can understand more this time.
Entonces, ¿quieres tomar mi clase de historia del Chile?
Así es, maestra. ¿Qué días son las clases?
Los martes y jueves a las 3 de la tarde.
¡Excelente! Yo puedo esos días.
This is the end of the lesson. In this lesson, you improved your listening and mastered key vocabulary for everyday life conversation. Don't forget to click the link in the description to get your free assessment and unlock lessons that are right for your learning level. Keep practicing and move on to the next lesson.
Hello there, my friends from SpanishPod101.com. As you might know, my name is Raúl.
And I'm Ricardo.
Okay, no, of course we're kidding. My name is Diego.
And I'm Efraín.
And in today's video, we're going to learn how to roll your R's.
Ferrocarril.
Perro.
Rumba.
Enjoy the video.
Woo! So when you ask a Spanish learner what are the most common complications when learning this language, they would say that those are the verb tenses, subjunctive tense, and the verb to be in its two forms, ser and estar. But they have this trouble in common, rolling the R.
Yeah, rolling your R's. It is important to remember that rolling the R's is considered a drill.
Mm-hmm.
This is not necessarily a trick, but rather a skill. And yes, this skill you can develop it. Okay, you can do it.
Yeah.
There's just a genetic condition that enables you to do it, but it is
not common at all.
It is not that common at all. Okay.
Yeah.
So what we're going to do in this video, we're going to teach you how to do it with very simple steps that will take you no more than 2 weeks with daily practice.
Damn.
But tell me, why is it important to learn how to roll your R's?
Well, it's because some words, when you don't roll your R, they have different meanings.
Yeah, that's correct. Yeah, so for example, pero, which means but, pero.
But it also has perro. Perro, dog.
Yeah, very good. Or for example, we have para, which means for.
Or parra, which is grapevine.
Yeah, very good. Okay. Or for example, we have caro, expensive. Once again, caro.
And you have carro, car.
Yeah, very good. Finally, we have, for example, moro, which is moor.
Or morro, which is Mexican Spanish, means guy.
Yeah, exactly. So that's why it is important to know how to roll your R's. Yeah. First step, you need to be conscious about how your mouth and your tongue work. For that, we will do a very quick exercise. And the exercise is the following. Imagine that you have some butter or marmalade stuck in your palate. The palate obviously is the upper part of your mouth, inside your mouth, here. Imagine that you have some marmalade or butter stuck there. And what you're going to do is you're going to try to scrape it with your tongue, okay? By moving back and forth. This is important so you can get to know that your palate has two parts. A soft part in the back of your mouth, inside, and a rock part in the front. The rock part is what we call the alveolar ring, and this part is important for rolling your R's. Basically, we can say that the alveolar ring is just behind your front teeth. So your front teeth, the alveolar ring is right here. It's a rock part.
Yeah. So the second exercise is knowing that you can do a lip trill, okay? And you can achieve this sound through repeating or imitating the sound of an engine, like, or even when you are cold. Okay.
Yeah, this is important so you can visualize how the trill works. And the same movement that your lips make is by blowing out, but keeping a very small gap in your lips. This is what will make this sound. So you're blowing, but if you close your lips, little by little, eventually this trill will be so
will come out.
Will come out. Very good. So this is the same movement that your tongue will make inside your mouth, as long as it is in the alveolar ring, and this is the basis of rolling your R's. Very good. Now that you have mastered the lip trill, we can proceed to the next step. So this step is, believe it or not, just making the sound shh. Oh yes. Shh. Like when you are in a cinema or in a library and someone is talking, what do? Shh. So obviously you know how to make this sound, but the importance is not just to make this sound, but rather to try to stop this sound with your tongue. That is putting your tongue in behind your front teeth in the alveolar ring and try to stop it. Eventually, and with practice, your tongue will start to vibrate. So let's try it. So you see, he has mastered that sound. Very good. So this is the second step. This is important because this will make you aware that your tongue needs to be relaxed. Maybe my tongue is not being that relaxed because I'm talking too much, but your tongue needs to be relaxed so your tongue start vibrating. So once again, Very good, guys. So now that you have mastered this, we can proceed to the following step. And what's the following step?
You didn't tell me, man.
Gee.
So you have to keep in mind these three things for doing this exercise. The amount of airflow, and the second one is the gap of air. This gap between the tip of your tongue and the palate. And the third one is how relaxed your tongue is, which is really important to get that vibration, okay? So, very good. Now that your tongue is already vibrating, it could sound more like a jackhammer in a construction or a chainsaw. But you are really close now to the tongue trill, a useful tongue trill for your R's in Spanish.
Yeah, which is called the alveolar tongue trill.
Yep. Now, we have reached the point where we can get the trill that makes the rolled R's. Okay. This is a little bit different than the closed trill, which we learned before. But in this case, your mouth will be more opened and the tip of your tongue must approach the roof of your mouth. It's a little bit more difficult, but here's how we can do it.
Exactly. So once again, the tip of your tongue must touch the alveolar ring. Once again, that is right behind your teeth. And your tongue needs to have like a new shape. Okay, a new shape where the tip touches slightly just your ring, alveolar ring. Now your mouth in this case should be slightly open. That is like this. If you don't know where to place your tongue, it's the same as when you say the English word T. Once again, so in this case, what we're going to do is the same what you did with the sh sound. So the first thing is that you need to blow out some air, not too much, not too little, but enough to vibrate your tongue once again. However, this might not be easy at first. Why? Because you need to have the U shape. You need to have your tongue relaxed. Okay? So I will try to do it. So please look very closely. T. Eventually, if you practice enough, you will find how to relax your tongue, and after some time you will develop finally your roll R. There you have it. Once again, the sh sound or the closed trill, the alveolar sound, very good. Nice. And now you need to practice this. Remember something very important here, guys. When you learn how to whistle, normally you don't learn it 2 or 3 days, but rather it takes you slightly more, and you need constant practice to master how to whistle. It's the same practice that you need to roll your R's. Finally, and this is like a final note, where you will use this alveolar sound, this alveolar trill. Okay guys, now it is important to know where to use this alveolar trill. And you can use it in 3 occasions. First of all, when the words start with an R or end with an R. Okay? So let's start with some words that starts with an R. For example, rojo, rojo, Roma, Raúl, Ricardo, Or there are also some words that end with an R. For example, color, sabor. Very good. Or even correr.
Yeah.
Correr. Now, obviously here, I'm kind of exaggerating this sound, but even if I do it in a normal pace, you will see how I need to roll my R's. Roma, Ricardo, rojo, sabor, color.
Very good.
Correr.
Okay, so the alveolar frill is also very useful when you see a double R. He used this example, correr, 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 which also has a double R. But we also have this word, ferrocarril. Can you pronounce it? Ferrocarril. Or the single word, carril. Carril. Or the word correr conjugated in first person, corro. Corro.
Very good.
That's it for today, my friends of SpanishPod101.com. I hope that you have enjoyed this video. Give us your thumbs up. Share this video with other learners that want to pronounce the R. Okay? And click on the notifications. Subscribe to this channel. See you
in our next video.
Hasta luego.
Nuestro amor es imposible. Nunca podrá ser.
No me digas eso. Federico Armando Martínez Arteaga. Okay, my friends from SpanishPod101.com. As you know, my real name is Diego.
And I'm Efraín.
And today in this video, we're going to check some Mexican telenovela phrases that you should know. So, enjoy the video.
Woo! You may love them or you may hate them. Or you may love them and hate them at once. But at least everyone, not in the world, but everyone that we know, have seen at least one episode of a Mexican telenovela. For example, María la del Barrio. When it was first released, it was known in at least 120 countries around the world.
Yeah, that's right. So, in this video, we're going to cover some expressions that are at the same time cheesy, but also kind of entertaining. So, you will feel like the sensation that you're watching a telenovela. So, let's start with the first one. Acepto casarme contigo, aunque no te amo. I will marry you, even though I don't love you. And of course, you will say this to someone who you need to marry, but you don't necessarily love him or love her.
Me las vas a pagar, Ernesto García de Fernando Lorca. You are going to pay this, Armando Ernesto García Lorca.
You changed the name there.
It doesn't matter, he's going to pay anyway.
Anyways.
No!
No, por favor, no me haga daño. No, please, don't hurt me. And of course you say this to someone who wants to hurt you. And you don't want to be hurt, of course.
Lo nuestro no puede ser. This can happen.
Esa no es.
Lo nuestro no puede ser. Our love could never be. And you say this when you don't like a person and you don't want to hurt his or her
feelings.
Her feelings, yeah.
Me voy a vengar, Pablo, por lo que le hiciste a mi hermana. I'm going to take revenge, Pablo, for what you did to my sister. And of course you will say this when you want to take revenge on someone, so it's pretty easy.
Tú y yo somos primos. Esto es pecado. This is you and I are cousins. This is a sin. And of course you say this when you
have a forbidden love between cousins.
It happens. No, just kidding. Borra eso.
Te vas a quemar en las llamas del infierno, José Manuel. You are going to burn in the flames of the hell. So sometimes in Mexican telenovelas, the more adjectives you use, the merrier. So it's not just born in hell, but born in the flames of the hell.
Wow. Si no eres mío, no serás de nadie. If you are not mine, you won't be anybody's. And you say this when you break up with someone, or someone breaks up with you,
and you want to kill him or no, of course not. No, you want to show that you can't be with someone else, or you don't want him or don't want her to be with someone else.
Of course, this is a telenovelas line. We would never use it.
We will never use it. Well, no. Not often. No.
Not that often.
Not that often. Pero Carla Cecilia, te amo. No importa que esta es la segunda vez que te veo. Carla Cecilia, I love you. It doesn't matter that this is just the second time that I see you. So this is obviously a bit exaggerated because you cannot love someone in just 2 days, right? So, but anyways, in the telenovelas, it can happen because that's true love.
Mm-hmm. Nuestro amor es imposible. Our love is impossible. And you say this when the parents of your girl doesn't want you to marry her. That happens.
Or date her only, not just marry her.
Diego, algún día encontraré el amor. Nunca me rendiré.
Jamás te rindas. El amor puede estar a la vuelta de la esquina.
Oh, sí. Okay, that's it for today, friends of SpanishPod101.com. If you like this video, please share it with other learners and give us your thumbs up. Write your comments down below. We will reply to them as soon as possible. And see you in the next video. Hasta luego.
5 sentence patterns for beginners. Let's go. Me llamo Rosa. My name is Rosa. Me llamo Rosa. My name is Rosa. Hola, encantada de conocerte. Me llamo Rosa. ¿Cómo te llamas? Hello, nice to meet you. My name is Rosa. What is your name? Tengo 26 años. I am 26 years old. Tengo 26 años. I am 26 years old. Yo tengo 26 años. ¿Y tú? ¿Cuántos años tienes? I'm 26 years old. And you? How old are you? Vivo en Madrid. I live in Madrid. Vivo en Madrid. I live in Madrid. Nací en Granada, pero ahora vivo en Madrid. I was born in Granada, but now I live in Madrid. Me gusta cantar. I like singing. Me gusta cantar. I like singing. Me gusta cantar, cocinar y viajar. También me gustan mucho los animales. I like singing, cooking, and traveling. I also like animals a lot. ¿Puedes ayudarme? Can you help me? ¿Puedes ayudarme? Can you help me? ¿Puedes ayudarme, por favor? Can you help me, please? 10 phrases to help you in an emergency. Let's go. Llama a la policía, por favor. Call the police, please. Llama a la policía, por favor. Call the police, please. So if you're in Spain and you need to call the police, you need to dial 091. ¿Tienes fiebre? Do you have a fever? ¿Tienes fiebre? Do you have a fever? Are you okay? Are you feeling okay? Perdí mi pasaporte. I lost my passport. Perdí mi pasaporte. I lost my passport. So, yeah, if you lose your passport, go to your embassy, I guess. I hope they will take care of it very soon. Creo que comí algo malo. I think I ate something bad. Creo que comí algo malo. I think I ate something bad. So, I've never tried it, but I heard from a friend that having some charcoal peels really helps when you have eaten something bad. Necesito un médico. I need a doctor. Necesito un médico. I need a doctor. So if you have any health emergency, you can call 061. No puedo encontrar el camino de vuelta a mi hotel. I can't find the way back to my hotel. No puedo encontrar el camino de vuelta a mi hotel. I can't find the way back to my hotel. Like before, I guess it wasn't that uncommon to be lost, but now that we have like mobile internet everywhere and Google Maps and everything, I think that helped a lot, but still. ¿Hay alguna farmacia cerca? Is there a pharmacy nearby? ¿Hay alguna farmacia cerca? Is there a pharmacy nearby? In Spain, you can easily spot the pharmacies because they have like a big green cross sign on the side, so they are really easy to spot. ¿Me puedes ayudar? Can you help me? ¿Me puedes ayudar? Can you help me? I think in general Spanish people are very friendly, so I'm sure if you are lost or need something, like you can ask them. Even though we don't speak English super well, I think we'll try to help you. Necesito una ambulancia. I need an ambulance. Necesito una ambulancia. I need an ambulance. So if you need an ambulance, call 061. ¿Podría usar tu teléfono? Could I use your phone? ¿Podría usar tu teléfono? Could I use your phone? Ooh. Top 20 travel phrases you should know. ¿Cuánto cuesta esto? How much is this? ¿Cuánto cuesta esto? How much is this? You can also say, ¿cuánto vale? ¿Hablas inglés? Do you speak English? ¿Hablas inglés? Do you speak English? In most cases, the answer to that might not be that positive, but yeah, you can try. ¿Me puedo probar esto? Can I try this on? ¿Me puedo probar esto? Can I try this on? So if you enter a clothing store and there's something you like, you can ask the shopping assistant, ¿me puedo probar esto? ¿Tienes sitio para esta noche? Do you have any vacancies tonight? ¿Tienes sitio para esta noche? Do you have any vacancies tonight? Maybe try to not get to the point in which you have to ask this and book your room beforehand. No. ¿Tienes alguna recomendación? Do you have any recommendations? ¿Tienes alguna recomendación? Do you have any recommendations? Like if you travel to Spain, you have to go to Granada. Cannot miss it. Most beautiful city in the world. Me gustaría 10 de estos. I'd like 10 of these. Me gustaría 10 de estos. I'd like 10 of these. So if you want to buy souvenirs for all your friends and you don't really want to like think a lot, you just can find some, I don't know, keychain or postcard. Say, me gustaría 10 de estos. I would like 10 of these. And it'll be over. Because it's pretty stressful to find souvenirs for everyone. Me gustaría este. I'd like this. Me gustaría este. I'd like this. So if you're talking to the shopping assistant and maybe the thing you want is a bit further away, like you can point at it and say, me gustaría este. Tengo una reserva. I have a reservation. Tengo una reserva. I have a reservation. So if you really want to go to a restaurant, try to like research a little bit and see if that place is normally full so that you can like make a reservation beforehand. ¿Es este el autobús correcto para el aeropuerto? Is this the right bus for the airport? ¿Es este el autobús correcto para el aeropuerto? Is this the right bus for the airport? Normally going by taxi to the airport is pretty expensive, so you want to check the buses. ¿Es gratis el Wi-Fi? Is the Wi-Fi free? ¿Es gratis el Wi-Fi? Is the Wi-Fi free? The Spanish people have this tendency of saying Wi-Fi even in English because we are so used to call it that way in Spanish. So if person is talking to you and say something about Wi-Fi, you know they mean Wi-Fi. ¿Me podría dar un descuento? Could you give me a discount? ¿Me podría dar un descuento? Could you give me a discount? So it's not that common in Spain to ask for a discount in a store. So yeah, maybe if you go to an outdoors market or to these stalls near the beach, you can ask for a discount. ¿Me podría encontrar una habitación para no fumadores? Could you find me a non-smoking room? ¿Me podría encontrar una habitación para no fumadores? Could you find me a non-smoking room? So about smoking, like in Spain is forbidden to smoke inside places. And I find it so funny that in Japan it's the opposite, like you cannot smoke outside, but you can smoke in places. I just find it kind of weird. How is it in your country? ¿Podrías sacarme una foto, por favor? Could you take a picture of me, please? ¿Podrías sacarme una foto, por favor? Could you take a picture of me, please? I have the impression that lately, with all these selfie sticks and things, like people are not asking that anymore. But before, like, it was really common to get asked that. ¿Podría tener la cuenta? Could I have the check? ¿Podría tener la cuenta? Could I have the check? And also you can just say la cuenta, por favor. It's the same thing. ¿Tienen algún plato vegetariano? Do you have any vegetarian dishes? ¿Tienen algún plato vegetariano? Do you have any vegetarian dishes? So before it wasn't that common, but nowadays there are a lot of vegetarian and vegan places opening in Spain, so it's getting easier. And also, like in normal places, they now have like options for vegetarian people, so yeah, getting easier. Perdone, ¿cuál es la tarifa? Excuse me, what's the fare? Perdone, ¿cuál es la tarifa? Excuse me, what's the fare? Some museums and monuments sometimes have like a special fare for students, so if you are one, you can maybe ask, Perdone, ¿cuál es la tarifa para estudiantes? ¿Aceptáis tarjeta de crédito? Do you take credit cards? ¿Aceptáis tarjeta de crédito? Do you take credit cards? So in most shops in Spain, you can pay by card and there's no problem. But maybe if you go to a small town, go to a small shop, like you might have to pay in cash. So yeah, in these cases, like you can ask this question. ¿Podría darme un mapa? Could I get a map? ¿Podría darme un mapa? Could I get a map? I'm so thankful about Google Maps because I have no sense of direction, and even if I have a map, like for me it's so difficult to like understand it and follow it. So yeah, I'm happy there's technology now. ¿Podríamos tener el menú, por favor? Could we have the menu, please? ¿Podríamos tener el menú, por favor? Could we have the menu, please? Yeah, if you go to a restaurant, you can ask this question and they'll bring you the menu. Esto no es lo que pedí. This isn't what I ordered. Esto no es lo que pedí. This isn't what I ordered. Yeah, normally if you get something different from what you ordered and you say this politely, like they will replace it for you. So no problem. Perdona, sorry, but this is not what I ordered. ¿Te importaría cambiarlo? Would you mind to change it?
Are you struggling to understand conversations in your target language? This video will improve your listening skills using practice dialogues. How do you know if your language skills are improving? Our team of teachers have designed a free quiz to determine your actual learning level. So click the link in the description to get your free assessment and unlock lessons that are right for you. In this lesson, you'll listen to a dialogue with the text. Second, you'll review the key vocabulary followed by the English translations. And finally, you'll review the dialogue with the text again to master what you learned. First, listen to the dialogue with the text on the screen.
Bienvenidos a la clase. Por favor, tomen asiento.
¿Esta es la clase de Historia del Arte?
No, esta clase es Historia del Chile.
Disculpe.
Now you'll hear the key vocabulary, followed by the English translation.
Bienvenido.
Welcome.
Bienvenido. Clase.
Class.
Clase. Por favor.
Please.
Por favor. Tomar asiento.
To have a seat or to take one's seat.
Tomar asiento. Disculpe.
Excuse me.
Disculpe.
Finally, let's review the dialogue again. See if you can understand more this time.
Bienvenidos a la clase. Por favor, tomen asiento.
¿Esta es la clase de Historia del Arte?
No, esta clase es Historia del Chile.
Disculpe.
This is the end of the lesson. In this lesson, you improved your listening and mastered key vocabulary for everyday life conversation. Don't forget to click the link in the description to get your free assessment and unlock lessons that are right for your learning level. Keep practicing and move on to the next lesson. Are you struggling to understand conversations in your target language? This video will improve your listening skills using practice dialogues. How do you know if your language skills are improving? Our team of teachers have designed a free quiz to determine your actual learning level. So click the link in the description to get your free assessment and unlock lessons that are right for you. In this lesson, you'll listen to a dialogue with the text. Second, you'll review the key vocabulary followed by the English translations. And finally, you'll review the dialogue with the text again to master what you learned. First, listen to the dialogue with the text on the screen.
Disculpe, ¿hay algún bar por la zona?
Sí, joven, hay unos a 2 cuadras de aquí.
¿Y son caros?
Hay de todo, baratos y caros.
Now you'll hear the key vocabulary, followed by the English translation.
Hay,
There is, there are.
hay. Unos,
Some.
unos. Cuadra,
Block.
cuadra. Caro,
Expensive or dear.
caro. Barato,
Inexpensive, cheap.
barato.
Finally, let's review the dialogue again. See if you can understand more this time.
Disculpe, ¿hay algún bar por la zona?
Sí, joven, hay unos a 2 cuadras de aquí.
¿Y son caros?
Hay de todo, baratos y caros.
This is the end of the lesson. In this lesson, you improved your listening and mastered key vocabulary for everyday life conversation. Don't forget to click the link in the description to get your free assessment and unlock lessons that are right for your learning level. Keep practicing and move on to the next lesson.
Expand your vocabulary with our Core 2000 Words ebook. It's free and packed with essential expressions that you'll use on a daily basis. Start building your vocabulary today. Click the link in the description below to download your free Spanish ebook before it's gone.